Hello and welcome to this week's Swing Report Check-In. We're going to get started with looking at the overall market today on Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Then we're going to look at a few names we looked at last week, look at some new names, and just look at sectors that are in favor, and let's look at some relative outperformers within that sector. So getting started with the market summary. Overall, we have the Dow is doing very well, transports is doing very well, utilities is down. That's just the overall summary. Looking at the S&P, we have financials it's doing great with the U.S. 10-year and yields rising. That benefits banks. We have healthcare in favor, industrials, which matches up with the transports being in favor, and we have materials in favor. Technology is still getting the beat down along with consumer discretionary. So let's dig into a few of these sectors and names. Let's start with Caterpillar. Caterpillar is part of the XLI, the industrials, and Dow. And as you can see, we made a new all-time high. So kind of looking back at this name, we've made a new all-time high, just a stellar move. Now we're creating a little bit of an air pocket between price and the 8 EMA. However, this is still very constructive, great looking chart. And on the hourly, we have a pullback, scanning out just a little bit on the 4-hour. 225 may be an area that you could fish for a potential entry. Just a blue sky bull looking great. Dick's Sporting Goods. This was a name in last weekend's swing report. It is in the retail sector, which has been doing very well. We anticipated a lower high relative to 80.32. We're topping out here at 79.73. So we may have to come back and get a higher low again before we have a go at the high 80.32 and maybe a little bull flag action. So overall, nothing wrong with this chart, looking good, doing exactly what we want it to do. Let me scan back out again. And it was chosen on the swing report because we had the sideways congestion where we were storing price compression and volatility, and we had that TTM squeeze. Tilray. And this is not a typical name that we look at the swing report, but just really delving into the marijuana sector. We have this TTM squeeze on the daily. This chart is looking pretty good for a potential move up. This is a higher risk trade, but I do like this setup. Okay, looking at XLF. XLF and IWM have been really outperformers with the market. So KRE is regional banks, and so it fits nicely in between for IWM, small caps, mid caps, and small caps, and then we have XLF for banks. And the regional bank sector, you can see this is just doing great. We have a trend trade where we're holding the 8 EMA on the daily. Digging within KRE, we have names like Bank, BANC, Bank of California. This name is looking wonderful. We are testing the 52-week high. This is not the all-time high. This is the high even before COVID, but we do have some other levels over here. We are kind of running into some congestion, but overall, as long as the 8 EMA is holding on the weekly and daily, we have a trend trade. Looking at XLB, XLB just looks beautiful. New all-time high, nothing wrong. If you look at these beautiful charts and you scan over to QQQ, and QQQ on the weekly looks constructive, and on the daily, the bulls are hoping for some type of inverse head and shoulders action. Excuse my drawing, where the neckline would be at 32433. XLC, potential daily bull flag, 8 EMA holding. We have daily inside bars. Nothing wrong with this chart. We did have an elevated bear volume here, and we have a little bit of a ramp in bull volume, but the bulls are going to need to see a little bit more volume to get over the all-time high that was established on Tuesday. And finally, Google. Google, we are just sitting here at the 0.382 retracement, 204941. We still have this gorgeous daily TTM squeeze. This is a name that I have a position in to the bullish side, and I'm still looking at this bullish. I'm looking for this to resolve to the upside. Nice base forming on Google. Of course, we had more pullbacks than I would like, but overall, the structure looks good. The structure is not broken. And that is it for this week's Swing Report Check-In.